Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And today I have a completely unthemed haul for you guys. I have TV series, I have movies, and a couple of wrestling tapes in here as well. Some DVDs and some VHS. So this thing is just all over the place today. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my completely unthemed movie and TV series haul. So let's start off with a couple of wrestling tapes that I picked up. Both of these I actually grabbed off of eBay. And this first one here, super random, but this is the best of WCW Uncensored. And this takes the events from 1995 through 1999. So you can see Piper and Hogan on the front there. So much goodness on here. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall on the back. Bam Bam Bigelow on the back there. Yeah, is that the Sandman? I think it is. I don't know if that's focusing, but yeah, the Sandman. That must be one of the hardcore WCW matches there. But yeah, this looks like just a ton of fun. Now, this is, I actually was watching Uncensored 95, I think it was. And so I was like, I wonder if I can find that on VHS. Well, the tape is really expensive, but this best of compilation was not. Now, that said, you guys hear that? There's something rattling on the inside here. So no mold or anything like that. But I think this is going to be the first VHS tape that I take out the screws. You can't see them at all, but there's some just regular Phillips head screws on this. I've never actually opened a VHS tape in my life as far as I remember. And so I think this is going to be the first one I do that and just try to get whatever that piece of plastic is what I'm guessing kind of broke off, get that out of there because it's annoying. And so I want to get that off. But anyway, that is the best of WCW Uncensored 95 to 99. I just thought this was kind of a neat add to the wrestling collection. The other tape I picked up was right around Wrestlemania weekend, so this shows you how far back this one goes, but I added this to my watch list like maybe a couple days before Wrestlemania, and then it was really expensive, and so there was really no intent on me purchasing it, but sometimes on eBay, if you add it to your watch list, the buyer will send you an offer that is lower than what the buy it now price is, and so that's what I was hoping for. Maybe I could, finagle my way down a bit, but instead, he just lowered the price entirely down from, I want to say it was somewhere around $50 down to like $15 to $17, super cheap. So I had to pick it up. This is Wrestlemania X7 on VHS, one of the, frankly, my favorite Wrestlemania of all time. This is the one, of course, where the theme song was My Way by Limp Bizkit. Loved it so much. The closing video on this, the closing montage that they do at the end of Manias, at least back then anyway, it's just one of the most iconic in all of WWE. It's just fantastic. So happy to have this one in my collection. I have seen this WrestleMania more times than probably any other because I used to own this on VHS way back in the day and watched it over and over again, but somehow it is no longer in the collection. But now it is back in, and so got a really good price on this, especially when you compare it to where it was standing on like night 1 and prior of WrestleMania, and then for whatever reason, night 2, he decided to lower the cost, and I definitely took advantage. So very happy to have this one for a decent price. This is WrestleMania 17 from WWE, and it's just one of the all-time greats. I actually have one more VHS tape today, and this was just a disc replay find. And I mentioned in a recent video that they started taking back VHS tapes, but the cheapest that they sell them, from at least from what I've seen, is about $4.99. So I'm pretty sure that's what I paid for this one. But could I have gotten this at the thrift store for cheaper? Yes, but I just don't see it that often, especially in pretty decent shape here. This is E.T., the Extraterrestrial. So just an iconic film, of course. And the reason I really wanted this is because of this here. Look at that. The green is so memorable to me. This is how I watched this tape, or watched this movie more times than I could possibly tell you. I was obsessed with this movie as a kid. And I was just talking about watching this with my daughter the other day. So she's excited about it. I really want to watch it with her and see what she thinks about it. But yeah, just a really decent shape for what it is. So though it was not the, 50 cents or $1 I could get it for at the thrift store, I'm happy with it because it's in pretty good shape and it's one that I just don't see very often. So happy to have E.T. in my VHS collection. Moving over to the DVD side, I'll start off with some movies that I found on DVD, and I talked about this a while ago. Honestly, this has been sitting here for a little bit now, but I did find the double pack of Paul Blart Mall Cop. So this, of course, has number 1 and number 2. I think the first one is decent for what it is. It's not a good movie, like I recognize that, but I'm a huge Kevin James fan, and I think he does a pretty good job with this. So I laugh, that's good enough for me. The sequel, though, I have not seen yet, and I actually, after buying this, I found the sequel on Blu-ray, so I still only have number 2 on Blu-ray. So if I find the original on Blu-ray, I'll probably just pick it up. That way I have both of them on Blu-ray, but for now, I have them on DVD, if nothing else. So you can see this is actually brand new and still sealed. I found this at Second and Charles for like $2, something really, really cheap. So I figured I would pick it up and now have the second one in my collection. But like I said, you guys have already seen the second one on Blu-ray. I showed that a while back. But yeah, so anyway, Paul Blart 1 and 2 on DVD, and I will only hold on to this until I find the original on Blu-ray. This next one has been sitting over there for quite a while as well, but if you watch all the videos on my channel, you've already seen this one because I talked about it in a Shelf Space episode. This is The Sword in the Stone from Disney. So this is the 45th anniversary edition DVD release of this, and as I talked about in that episode of Shelf Space, the reason I did this is because I was, for some reason, Googling what are the worst Blu-ray transfers, and this one consistently popped up, that Sword in the Stone was just a terrible Blu-ray transfer. So I thought, you know what? I want to watch the movie, and if I want to watch it in the original aspect ratio, which is 1.33 to 1, I have to get it on DVD because on Disney Plus streaming, they only have it in widescreen. So I wanted to watch it in its original form as intended. So that's why I ended up grabbing the DVD. Now, did I waste my money on this? Yeah, I did. I didn't need to go out and buy the DVD because I don't really like the movie all that much. So for my money, I don't remember if I said it was leaving the collection or not in that episode. I want to say I was going to hold on to it just for my son, but honestly, at this point, I'll probably just get rid of this one. I didn't love the movie, and I don't really see myself going back to it, but it was in this stack of movies here, so I wanted to share it anyway. This is Sword in the Stone. If I'm missing something on this or need to give it a second chance, let me know down in the comments below, but for me, it just wasn't all that. But check out my episode of Shelf Space, and if you want to hear my full thoughts on this movie. This is The Sword in the Stone. This next one here is a childhood favorite of mine and one that I own on VHS. And if I'm not mistaken, this one has an oddly colored clamshell. It's either orange or yellow, and I think it's yellow, but I'm not 100%. But anyway, this is Harriet the Spy. So of course, this one got super popular recently due to the unfortunate passing of Michelle Trachtenberg, just a favorite of mine from my childhood. So super sad to see that she passed away. But when after that happened, this was hard to find on Amazon. Right before she passed away, it was only like $5 on Amazon, so it was really cheap. But then it sold out, and it was going for crazy money, like close to $100 on eBay is what I saw within like the first week after she passed away. So of course I wasn't buying it for that. That's ridiculous. But I happened to think about her again, and so I went back and double checked, and this went down to a very reasonable price. I spent about $12 on this, I think, off of eBay. So very good price for what it is, and just a classic of mine from my childhood. One that I don't believe has a Blu-ray available. So I now have the VHS and the DVD, and just a favorite. So very happy to have Harriet the Spy in my DVD collection. I was really happy to come across this next one because I never seen this out in the wild before, but I found this from Second and Charles, and it stars Daniel Stern from Home Alone. We have Bushwacked. So this is a movie that I feel like if you know, you know. Like, this is just a really good movie, but it has been a long time since I've seen this one, but it's so much fun. If you have a chance to see it, I highly recommend it. I don't remember what year this was. I want to say 1995. I was gonna say mid-90s, and it is. And another one that I watched when I was a kid and just had a really good time with. But honestly, I don't remember too much about it at this point, so had to pick it up so I could revisit it. Very fun, though, from what I remember, and one that I don't ever see out in the wild. And another one, if there's a Blu-ray of this, I've never seen it, so I really don't think there is, but happy to have the DVD either way. Very cool find with Bushwacked. Here's another one that I always have loved since I was a kid, and I didn't think I was ever going to find this, but Second and Charles came through again. This is Junior. So this movie is just ridiculous, but it's so much fun. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson. Of course, this is the movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger gets pregnant, and it is just absolutely hilarious. Just another 90s staple that I watched over and over again as a kid. Now I just need twins in my collection, and I will be very content to have my Schwarzenegger and DeVito collection complete, at least for the two movies I know them from. They are so fun together though, so definitely need to pick up twins eventually, but for now I have Junior and I'm very happy about that. So another one I highly recommend if you haven't seen it for whatever reason. If you can find it, definitely recommend picking up Junior. This next one I thought was kind of a cool find because it's part of the Fox Film Noir collection, spine number 3, as it notes on the side there. This is Panic in the Streets. So this was a movie that I had no idea what it was about, and I always saw it at my local disc replay, but I always just passed it over because I didn't know what it was and never heard anybody talk about it before. But after I realized that it is similar to another movie that I watched, and I've talked about it here on the channel, but Lord knows the title is totally escaping me right now, but it was similar to that movie, and I really enjoyed the other movie, and so I wanted to check this one out, and of course I went back to disc replay and it wasn't there anymore, so I was happy to come across this cheap DVD of it on the Fox Film Noir collection. But this is a movie about a body turns up dead, and it turns out that he has like the bubonic plague or some crazy, the bubonic plague. It's a strain of the bubonic plague, and so it starts getting people sick, and there's like a lockdown, if I remember right, from what I've heard about it. And that's similar to the movie that I watched and reviewed here on the channel, which is ridiculous. I can't think of the name of, but it was similar to that. But I heard this one is actually done a little bit better. So I had to check this out and just see what it's all about. And of course, I enjoy film noir whenever I watch it. So very interested to see what this one is. And, you know, having lived through COVID now, it feels like one of those movies that could hit very close to home. So I'm just really intrigued. This is called Panic in the Streets. And the last standard DVD today is one that I needed to complete this part of my collection. This is A Mighty Wind, another eBay pickup for me, because I have all of the other movies from this like team of workers here, all directed by Christopher Guest. Like it talks about here, Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman. Like This is Spinal Tap is another one that has the same group of people. And For Your Consideration is the last one, which I think I picked up on Blu-ray not too long ago because it was cheap. But anyway, I have all of these now, and so I cannot wait to do a marathon of this entire mockumentary series because these are hilarious. So if you don't know what these are, basically, like I said, they're mockumentaries. So it takes the documentary style where it's like talking heads going through in Best in Show. It's a dog competition, for example. And so it takes that style, but it does it in a humorous way. It's over the top and ridiculous. And so that's what all of these movies are. So very excited to check this one out. I've actually not seen A Mighty Wind, but have heard really good things. And if it's anything like Best in Show or any of those other ones, Waiting for Guffman, then I'm definitely going to enjoy this. Cannot wait to check out A Mighty Wind. This next one is a TV series that I found brand new for like $3 from Disc Replay. This is The Flash, the complete series. So this is the old one. Is this a 70s or 80s? Well, it says is this really from 1990? I don't know why I thought this was a 70s show. But anyway, this is The Flash. So yeah, a show I've never seen an episode of, but I mean, it's The Flash. Why not have it in the collection, you know, when I want to check it out? It looks totally ridiculous. You can see some of the villains there on the back. Like, it looks absurd. I'm sure it's going to be super campy and over the top, but hey, sometimes that's fun. And what's really cool also is this is the Best Buy exclusive edition of it, and it comes with a comic book inside. So I'm really excited to check that out, especially right now, because I'm like all comic books all the time right now. So I'm really interested to see what that one's all about. But yeah, this thing is just in perfect condition, like no messed up corners or anything really. Like, it's shocking how good a shape this is in, especially for the low price I paid. You can't beat that. This is The Flash, the complete series. This next set is also a box set from Disc Replay that was remarkably cheap for what it is, especially if you look on eBay. At least when I bought it, it was going for like 40 or 50 bucks, so it was a really good price. But this is Marilyn, the Premiere Collection. So this one comes with a whole bunch of Marilyn Monroe films. How many in total? 17 movies in total here from 1950 all the way to 1961. So I have talked about this set before on the channel. I picked it up quite a long long time ago now. It's just been sitting over there waiting to share in a haul video. But yeah, this was one of my favorite finds from last year. Let me open it up a little bit here just so you can see some more of it, because it's a really cool release. Looks like a Vogue cover there, magazine cover, which is really cool. You have her on the back there. Like, this is just a really nice release, and each movie has its own disc, which is awesome to see. I won't show through all these, I guess, but you can see the different covers there, and then the iconic image there, of course, and her again. So, I mean, just a really, really nice box set, and the price I paid, this was another one. This had to be, I don't even know. It was cheap. It was a long time ago now when I grabbed it. But yeah, I have to make the time to watch some of these. I've not seen any of the movies in this collection, I don't believe. So lots of really good classics that I have ahead of me. But yeah, shout out to Neil over at Neil's Movie Channel. As I talked about in the last time I talked about this, shout out to him because he talked about it in one of his videos. I think it was a collection video where he had it. And then I found it just a number of days later. So it was very lucky. And again, the price on it, you can't beat it. So very happy to have Marilyn, the premier collection, in my collection. And last but not least, another cheap disc replay find. This is just a cool case for the collector's edition of The Three Stooges. And this is the 75th anniversary collector's edition. So like it shows here, it has a really cool case with it. And is this the one? No, I guess it's not this. Yes, it is right there. There it is. So in the past, you can't hear anything on it, but if you hit the button before, it used to say something. I guess I don't know what it said, probably nyuk, nyuk, nyuk or something like that. But it doesn't work anymore. I wonder if I can replace the battery on it to see if I can get it working again. But either way, this is just cool. There are 3 DVDs in here filled with, Three Stooges shorts. So should be a really fun collection. Let me open it up here so you guys can see it on the inside as well as I get everything out. So here is a pamphlet, a poster booklet of some sort, has a bunch of pictures in it. And then here's the like pamphlet on it where it talks about the different shorts that are in here. Or no, it doesn't. It talks about the actual Stooges themselves. So that's really neat. And then, oh, that's old school DVD tin collection packaging there. That's awesome. Some advertising for some other releases. I have to look at that. That's really cool. But anyway, here's the actual meat of the product. And you can see all of the different shorts that are included in there. So really cool. Not obviously like the definitive Three Stooges collection or anything like that, but for the price, I thought this was a really cool ad for the collection. So excited to watch these. I've watched Three Stooges a lot growing up. It has been a while since I've seen even a single short at this point, but I used to really enjoy them. So I thought this was just a fun ad for the collection. So this is Three Stooges, the 75th anniversary tin collection. All right, so as I said in the intro, just a complete mishmash of random things in today's video. Some eBay pickups, some disc replay finds, some Second and Charles, just all over the place. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, but let me know down in the comments below, what was your favorite find in today's video? I would love to hear from you, and what should I prioritize? What is a complete waste of time? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. I always appreciate any and all comments down there, so thank you so much for that support. But that said, I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end here. That really does help the channel out, so thank you so much for that. Before I let you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.